So welcome back to On the Couch with Tony and Nikki, where this week we're going to be sharing with you how to spot a knight in shining armour.
Yes, this is very exciting, of course, because with the first 2 weeks we did how to spot a plonker and how to spot a bit of a nightmare. And this is like all the really good stuff. So it doesn't matter whether you are a woman or a man, you're single or attached, this is really valuable stuff. And if you're thinking, if I'm a man, well, say I'm not one of these, or if I'm a woman, well, am I with somebody who's not one of these? Don't worry, because it's just as we've always said, it's just habit and patterns that you run. And just to get some awareness, so really listen up, because just to get some awareness will mean that you'll be able to know what you need to do instead of what you've always been doing.
Yes, so like always, we've got 5 very valuable bullet marks to whittle our way through, and I'm going to start again. So welcome once again to Tony and Nikki's Couch, where this week we are going to be sharing with you valuable pieces of information, really. 5 valuable bits, as always. 5 bullet marks to help you spot a man or a knight in shining armour, as we like to call him.
Yeah, this is valuable for women and men, and if you're single, definitely. If you're in a relationship, absolutely. And if you're a man thinking to yourself, well, what happens if I'm not one of those? Or a woman going, oh my God, say I'm with one of those. Or what, somebody that's not doing it. Don't worry about it, because it's all going to be about habits and patterns and things you've learned in the past, and just to get some awareness. So listen up, just to get some awareness will mean that you can act differently and get a different result.
Yes, now it's not all about horses and actual armour, but it's the way one would act. So you don't actually have to go and buy yourself a horse. We're going to whittle down these 5 points, and let's start with the top one, which is...
Yes, a knight in shining armour has his own life together.
Yes,
very
it's
important.
Completely the opposite to the plonker, of course, who hasn't. So what does that look like? It sort of means that this man is very self-confident, he's self-aware, he knows where he's going in life, he's sort of got his life, organised and sorted. He's not easily rocked or moved. He's sort of solid. If you poked him, he's not going to fall over. He's not frightened, fearful in any way, shape at all. He's just a strong, solid, certain man.
Yeah, and he's not like that with women either. So that's why it's the most attractive thing to a woman. A woman that can look and go, he doesn't need me at all. He's got his own life handled. He knows where he's going. And when he approaches me as a woman, I can feel that he's got that confidence. And if you're in a relationship with a man who's got that, good decision is what I always say.
Yeah, one of the key things you definitely do is it will sort of move towards a challenge. Yeah? Men that are good, solid men will move towards a challenge. So just think of it, guys. When you're at the dance floor, whether you've been there, 20 years ago, or whether you're there next week, and if you're standing there and the women are the other side of the room, and there's some element of fear about moving towards one of these women because you're normally fearful they're going to reject you, then this is not being a knight in shining armour. They're fearless. And about 10% of men are completely fearless, believe it or not. So the other 90% need to learn what it takes to, overcome that fear. So,
and that brings us to number 2, which is about being confident. A knight in shining armour is confident, he's calm, and he gets along with people. He's got that kind of communication skill which really gets along with people.
Yeah, again, that's often...
Even his mother.
It's just to do with fear. If you think about it, I always say, look, think of who's your worst enemy. Who's the person that you're most challenged with, whether it's at work or in your family. These are the people that are a gift to you, because if you can learn how to move towards them and actually get into connection and good communication with them, you'll crack it easily with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I always remember thinking when I was waiting for my knight in shining armour to come along, I really want to slip into his life. I want him to be already having a great life. He's got his friends, he's got his family, he's got his business, and I can slip into that. Whereas, if you see a man who's not really got all that handled and he keeps falling out with people and stuff, it's just not a good sign. If you're in a relationship with somebody that's doing that, same as last time when we talked to you about being plonker, leave him alone, let him sort that out.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, a good word is definitely calm, and the opposite to calm might be sort of an angry, frustrated, stressed sort of guy.
Yeah.
This is not so good, and this actually, interestingly for the guys, makes women fearful of you. So when you show a bit of anger, they don't like that. Whereas if you're calm and okay with life, do you know what? That's very attractive.
Absolutely. Third one is a knight in shining armour compliments and cherishes woman, whether he's in a relationship with her or not.
Yes, I mean, when I learned this is about learning the world of the woman. What's it like behind those pink spectacles, yeah? And the thing is, once you understand their world, it's very easy to communicate and connect with them. Most men are actually looking at the world through their own sort of model, their own sort of deciphering filters, and going, you know, I don't understand these women. But of course, it's your job as a guy to learn what this beautiful woman wants, and then, you know, you can easily meet her needs, and by moving towards her, in fact, that's one of the key ones.
Yeah, and cherishing is also about leading, isn't it? I mean, it's about, you know, a knight in shining armour really leads. You know, if you just meet somebody, just, you know, you're not like, you know, like in a relationship with him, but he's taking the lead the whole time. That's how you can spot them.
Solid.
Okay, a knight in shining armour knows how to love a woman.
Okay, so this is how sex fit comes in. Yes. You know, basically, you know, men that are not knights in shining armours have got a lot of focus on their desire to have sex with the woman, you know, like often normally within about the first 10 minutes that they've spotted her, maybe even less than that, yeah. But of course, a real man is not a, sort of what I call that addiction to sex. In other words, I need to have sex to feel good about myself. What he's doing is he's going, you know, I'm calm about myself. He's utilising his energy in a very different way and not using the sort of the lower energy, the need to have sex, that addictive sort of state that we get into as men, where we need to have sex a lot to feel good about ourselves. So a good, strong man knows what a woman really needs, and what a woman really needs is to be loved and, like Nikki said earlier, really cherished. And in the bedroom, that's an art. I always say it's an art to learn how to make love to a woman. So if you're just out to have sex tonight, guys, then, you know, you are going to get very limited results in your relationships. Whereas if you put some time and effort into learning how to really love a woman, you're going to have a whole different world on your hands. Certainly have a whole different connection with women.
Yeah, and one thing, just from a woman's perspective, if you're really wanting to, how do I spot a knight in shining armour, and how do I know if I'm with one, is, you know, as we said in the blog, and by the way, the more detail, of course of this in this week's blog, how to spot a knight in shining armour, is that, you know, a man who's a knight in shining armour takes his time. So, you know, women, we can tell whether he's just wanting to have sex with us or just he's living his life in that kind of whole frustrated way. If he's taking his time, takes time to get to know you, he's not, you know, he's really looking to be with a woman for life. Or if you're in a relationship, he takes his time, takes the time to love you, to spend time with you, then you know you're with a knight in shining armour.
Definitely, yes. As the song says, it's women like a man with a slow touch.
Yes. It's my favourite song.
Yes.
So, knight in shining armour, the last one, has no addictions. Now, that was all the Blanca thing, wasn't it?
Obviously, yeah. And sex is one of those addictions.
Yes.
So stop it, men. Learn how to get out of that. Once you do, you'll have a whole different life. But yeah, free of all sorts of addictions. So you're not looking to feel better by taking in artificial things, whether it's, you know, smoke or drugs or whatever it is, to make you feel good. And getting into a relationship with somebody else who's doing that is actually not good. You'll find these relationships are fraught with challenges, and our teaching is always about how to be in the ultimate intimate relationship. So, you know, a knight in shining armour does not have addictions in his life of any description. He's sort of over and above that.
Yeah, even, and I was just saying on the blog as well, it's even like, you know, to be addicted to sport or exercise or work even, it's not great for a woman. You know, she wants you to be, you know, a bit like number one, get your life completely handled so that you're calm, and then that's how to spot one, women. That's the kind of man you want to be with.
So there you go. Folks, trust women. You now know what you're looking for. He won't be coming along on a horse in modern day world, but he will look strong and solid. And guys, if you're not that, you know, you watch the old Plonker video and thinking, oh my gosh, I do some of that, then start learning what a knight in shining armour looks like. Now, we're going to be back in a couple of minutes with our commercial break, where we're going to be announcing some really cool stuff where you can be learning more with us. So from us right now, it's see you in a minute.
Bye.
So welcome back to the commercial break, where we have two big announcements this week. One is we are launching our home study pack, which is going to be amazing, and we're launching a new event which you can come to in London. So get to Tony and Nikki V, where there's a big button where you can register your interest so that we can keep you personally informed on all updates, because it's being launched on
August the 31st. And amazing, both the home study course and our new event in London is going to have specifics for singles and for people in a relationship.
Yes.
So
there you go. We'll be back with you next week. Tell you more.